Welcome to Aggie Sports Overtime. And now, here's Luke Simons and Dan Seed.
I'm Chris Vlahos. Luke Simons and Dan Seed have the night off. Most people know the second overall pick in this year's NFL draft plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we all now know he will have plenty of money to play with. A year ago, tackle Luke Joeckel prepared for his first season in the SEC. A year later, the big guy inked a 4-year, $21.2 million deal with all the money guaranteed. That includes a nearly $14 million signing bonus. Joeckel's contract is worth $100,000 more than the contract quarterback Robert Griffin III signed with the Washington Redskins last year when he was the number 2 pick in the draft. Joeckel will start his career with the Jaguars at right tackle, with former first-round pick Eugene Monroe staying at left tackle going into the last year of his rookie contract. 63 days. That's how much longer we all have to wait for Texas A&M to play its first game of the new season when Rice makes a visit to Kyle Field. Although there aren't any games going on during the summer, that does not mean the Aggies are just sitting and waiting for the season to start. This is the time of year that Coach Larry Jackson uses to help get the team in shape for the upcoming season. Coach Jackson was recently named a Master Strength and Conditioning Coach, which is the highest honor given in the profession. During the summer, head coach Kevin Sumlin and his staff are not allowed to work out on the field with their players, and this is the time Jackson takes the reins.
Right now, this is his football team, and every coach, every person here has a job to do. And Larry takes over this team and for the next 2 months, and he gives us back a product that's always a little bit better than what we saw in May when the last time we were able to work with him. I think people, some people understand it, some people don't. We don't have the ability to go out and coach the players or deal with them much in the summer. Our strength and conditioning program is a big deal, and how they develop and developing leadership within our team. Our players have to run the other workouts. If they want to do 7-on-7, if they want to do drills, those guys do that, and that's where your leadership really develops for the next year.
Coach Jackson and the players will continue working out off the field until fall camp begins in August. While the Aggies work out, the media exercised its right to predict the future. Earlier this week, Athlon Sports released its preseason All-American team, and A&M was well represented. Heisman-winning quarterback Johnny Manziel was chosen as the first-team quarterback. His offensive tackle Jake Matthews was also on the first team, while Manziel's top returning target Mike Evans was placed on the third team. The SEC led all leagues with 25 preseason All-Americans chosen overall. Not so fast before we head into the new season. ESPN may have some more awards for the 2012 Aggie football team. Voting for the 2013 ESPYs opened this week, and the Aggies are nominated in 3 categories. Heisman Trophy winning Manziel is nominated for Best Breakthrough Athlete as well as Best Male College Athlete. The Texas A&M football team is also nominated for Best Upset after its win against Alabama last year. Voting ends on July 17th at 8 o'clock Central Time. And it sure feels good being great. Texas A&M learned this week it had a record high 5th place finish in the Learfield Directors Cup for this past school year. Different from the Stanley Cup, the Directors Cup takes into consideration the top 10 female sports and the top 10 male sports at each institution. This marks the 20th year for the Directors Cup, A&M finishing in the top 10 for the 4th straight year and top 25 for 8 consecutive seasons. This is the look at the top 10 schools. The SEC is the only conference with 3 schools in the top 10, while 6 SEC schools finished ranked in the top 25. And one of the contributors to that award, men's basketball. And here in Aggie land, it's been 3 months since the Ags have been on the hardwood. And fans of the maroon and white still have to wait more than 5 months for the 2013 season to start. A lot of waiting. But this week, Coach Billy Kennedy gave a State of the Program Q&A on the SEC's summer teleconference. He talked about the progress of the Aggie point guards. Most of the responsibilities last season fell to J. Michael Reese, who struggled transitioning from high school to college. And Coach Kennedy admitted maybe a little too much was expected of the Bryan native too soon.
J. Michael Reese averaged 26 minutes a game as a freshman, which is probably too much for a guy that never played at this level before. And he was inconsistent in his play, and but he's gotten a lot better and a lot stronger, and we're excited about the progress he's made in the spring.
Coach Kennedy also said Fabian Harris and Alex Caruso should play good minutes at point guard this season. Coming up next on Aggie Sports Overtime, our trip around the SEC football map stops in good old Columbia, Missouri. And what brought the Rocket Roger Clemens to Aggie Land this week? All in tonight's edition of Aggie.